guys, welcome back for another video. Today I'm sharing with you how I'm making my awesome carnivore keto cream cheese Alfredo sauce that will become probably an indulgent staple in your home. So before I share with you how to make this wonderful Alfredo sauce, I have to give credit where credit is due. My friend Jen gave me this recipe. She's just like, here's the ingredients, and you kind of figure it out. So I will have the recipe for you linked below, but you can definitely tweak this recipe to your taste, whether you want to add more salt, more pepper, more garlic powder, more cheese, whatever works for you. Also, I just want to note before we get started, it's come to my attention, I had no idea, that heavy whipping cream, apparently, even though it says it has absolutely no carbohydrates in it, obviously for 1 tablespoon, which is on the nutrition label, if you drink 1 whole cup of this, there is apparently 6 grams of carbohydrates. So I just want to share that with you. I Googled it to make sure. Someone commented on a previous video saying, watch out for heavy whipping cream. There's 6 grams of carbs in every 1 cup. Well, guess what? You're not going to be eating 1 entire cup of this Alfredo sauce. You will probably feel sick. It is rich. In my opinion, it is indulgent. Not everyone can digest dairy. But it is absolutely amazing on any leftover meat that you may have in the fridge from previous dinners. I like to make this Alfredo sauce at least once a month. And it's perfect, like I said, for all the leftover meat for dipping. It's also excellent. I like to make it on Thanksgiving, and I love to put it on my turkey because I don't do gravy. It's just really good, and all of our extended family that has had it at holidays and birthdays and stuff just absolutely love it. So I'm sharing it with you. So warning, it's I guess more keto rather than carnivore. If you're eating 1 entire cup, you're going to get 6 grams of carbohydrates. The cream cheese that I'm using in the recipe has less than 1 gram of carbs in it, so I don't really honestly count that. But let's get into this wonderful Alfredo sauce. And and one more thing. When you refrigerate, because you're going to have leftover sauce, you're going to refrigerate this. You can microwave it to warm it back up, but it does separate. So I'm just going to forewarn you on that, but it still tastes amazing. Also, if you eat carnivore crisps, like all of the big mainstream, sorry, I'm stirring my Alfredo sauce here while I'm doing this, but if you eat carnivore crisps and you have leftover Alfredo sauce, you can eat this Alfredo sauce cold and like use it as a dip on those carnivore crisps, and it's really delicious. So I'm just throwing it out there. So okay guys, let's get to, you can use this video to do it right along with me if you want. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. The recipe's in the description below, and let's get started.
So you're going to want a somewhat deep pan, or maybe you're going to want a pot, whatever works for you. I am taking 1 entire stick of salted butter. Your butter does not have to be salted. We just really enjoy salted butter. And you're going to want to melt that completely down in your pan. Once your butter is completely melted, you're going to want to take your cream cheese. Try to make it room temperature as much as possible. If you've just pulled it out of the refrigerator and it's still ice cold, you can put a cream cheese in the bowl for about 15 seconds, and that will soften it up really well. Now you're going to want to take your heavy whipping cream. This is going to be a recipe for 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. So you can half this recipe very easily and just use 1 cup. But for my family of 5, I still have leftovers. I like to do this 2-cup recipe, and then I have leftovers for later in the week if I really want it. I like to break it up into small chunks, and then I personally like to use this hand whisk. You most definitely do not need a hand whisk. You can just use a traditional whisk. It just really helps break up those chunks, and it does a really wonderful job at thickening up this Alfredo sauce. At about this time, you want to make sure you're over medium heat, nothing too high. You don't want this to really start to simmer or anything in the pan because it will start to separate. You just want to keep whisking until it is smooth. Once you have it all smooth, I'm going to add salt and pepper. For my personal tastes, I feel that this recipe needs a lot of salt. And so you will see me adding quite a bit of salt. It doesn't taste salty at all, but it just tastes really balanced. And then I have my organic granulated garlic powder. Again, you're gonna just want to use your spices to your personal taste. So I really enjoy my garlic powder, or my Alfredo sauce, to be really garlicky. I wanna smell the garlic. So I am very liberal when it comes to using my garlic powder, my onion, my salt, and my pepper. Now, when it comes to the cheese, you can leave out the cheese if you don't want any more dairy in it, and this will taste delicious. You can use just Parmesan cheese and have it be more of a traditional taste, or you can use a different type of shredded Italian cheese. This is a blend. I'm using a bit of both. So there's like Asiago and Romano and Parmesan all in this. And I just kind of take a liberal handful and throw it in. So you're gonna probably want anywhere to 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup. Whatever works for you. Again, whatever your taste is, really play around with it. And blend it up until it is all smooth and incorporated. And like I said before, taste it. Make sure you don't want to add any more salt, pepper, or garlic. If you feel that it needs a little bit more cheese, but make sure that your pot is not getting too hot. You don't want this to separate. Once it's warmed through, it is ready to eat.
All right, so that is how you make my Alfredo sauce. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with a loved one if you know they would love it. And I'll see you in the next video, you guys. Bye.